It's finally a quarter to the weekend. You would have heard yesterday in my intro I wanted to say it's a quarter to the weekend, but no. Today, now it's the actual quarter to the weekend. You're watching Smell the Coffee with Dana Master and Aina Riza Kweyo. And we couldn't be more excited, not only because it's Thursday and this is the last day for us in the week that we host Smell the Coffee, but I think just to bring the interesting news and the bizarre news and the celebrity news that we talk about here in Smell the Coffee.
Yes, and it has been such a hectic week. I mean, Adele resigned from music.
That really hurt you, hey?
Bruh.
Yeah, it did something
Adele is gone.
It altered your brain chemistry. Yeah.
Shooketh
to the core. To the core.
But I'm glad, she told us. What else happened this week? A lot of things have been happening this week.
A lot of things.
Chidima won. So now South Africans are congratulating her and claiming, oh, our girl won. There's a hashtag, no DNA, just South African.
Oh my God, this is making my blood boil, but
rightfully so. So, no DNA, but she is South African. They just didn't want her to be their representative, but she's still South African, born in South Africa.
Yesterday, my sister and I were having a conversation, and we were just talking about marriage and stuff. And she's like, I don't think anyone should be married before their frontal lobe fully develops.
Hola.
And that I was really like, you know what, hey, she's onto something. Because really and truly, the one morning, I just woke up and I had this urge to throw away all my crop tops. And I was like, oh no, my frontal lobe, oh no, it's here, it's fully developed. So I was thinking about it to say, okay, if I had that, that moment, now imagine you're married to this person. And now your frontal lobe is fully developed and you realize, you know what? No, this is not what I wanted. And I know people will be like, oh yeah, but there's always divorce and like, it's really not that deep. But it's just one of those things whereby it's like, you guys have wasted each other's lives in a way.
No, I think in life, in general, you need to be open to anything. Open-minded. Like, you need to be open to anything. I think the problem, we have too many expectations. If you lower your expectations, you will see that you're going to live a very comfortable and peaceful and happy life. I think for me, I need to lower my expectations.
My mom always says 0 expectations, 0 disappointments. Because if I hold you to such a high standard and you disappoint, I will be gutted. I'll be like, Aina, I cannot believe you of all people would do that.
Why did you tell me?
Yeah, but then again, even the Bible says don't put your trust in men. So, okay, not in men, but in man. But as in human.
Yes.
But also don't put your trust in men. That's another story for another day. But yeah, it's just one of those things where 0 expectations, 0 disappointments. Because even if you disappoint me, it's like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah, because I was not expecting
anything. Yeah. So it's just one of those things where, and I was even saying in that case, don't be sad because things didn't work out the way that you wanted them to. Be glad that it happened. You actually got a chance to experience it. It may not be the end result that you wanted, but at least it happened and you got to learn from it, because everything that happens in our life is either an experience or a lesson. So just be grateful that, okay, you know what, sure, this marriage didn't work out, but you know what, for those 2 years that we're together, wow, it was fun.
That's how I reason. I always say, like, people would stay in abusive marriages, abusive relationships, and all these things. You're unhappy, but you can't because, you don't want divorce, you don't believe in divorce.
Life is too short.
Go and find your happiness. It was good when it lasted.
It was good when it was good. It
now
was bad
it's
when it was bad.
No longer there. It's fine.
It's fine.
Move on.
Yeah.
I think for me, that's how I would go through life. That's how I would go through anything. I'm not the type of person to be stuck in a place just because I don't want to not have this experience, or I'm still holding on to this thing that was so beautiful. The moment it stopped being beautiful, I move on.
You move on.
Yeah, because
that's it.
I will
Stop
forever
trying to fix something that's broken, because now you're taping it up, you're putting glue, and it'll never be the same again.
Exactly. And I think just cherish the moment. the experiences, rather, the moments when it was beautiful.
When it was beautiful,
cherish
it was
those
good.
moments.
Cherish those moments.
I'm sure tomorrow, if you move on, you'll make other beautiful memories.
And also, you do have to remember that even as people, we grow. So even if you and I have been in a relationship for 10 years, the Diana that you were with 10 years ago is not the Diana that you're with now. People grow, people change.
And that's fine.
And that's fine. That's why even they say being married to someone is mourning their death 1,000 times, because they're not the same person they were last month. They're not going to be like, they're constantly evolving and constantly changing. And to be honest, you would be worried if they're the same person they were 10 years ago, because they have not grown or changed in any way.
Yeah, and I'm glad we're talking about marriage, because in one of our top stories, somebody was proposed to at a very odd place.
I'll give it away. It's not me. But anyway, we'll take a quick ad break and get into our top stories when we come back.
Neo Paints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neo Paints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neo Paints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
Starting off with our top stories, John Cena. Well, he says he will never be ready to have children. John Cena doesn't think he will ever be personally ready to be a dad. The Blockers actor, who's married to Shay Shariatade, has a lot he wants to do with his own life, but admitted he doesn't see having children in his future. Speaking on the Club Shay Shay podcast, he said, "I have a certain curiosity about life, and I also know the investment that it takes. As somebody who's driven, many times stubborn and selfish, I try to approach the world with kindness and curiosity, but I don't think I'm personally ready, nor will I ever be, to invest the time needed to be a great parent. I want to live life for all it is. I still have a lot to do." The 47-year-old star admitted he and Shay have had open conversations about raising a family, but ultimately found themselves to be on the same page. John began the uncomfortable discussions very early in their relationship. He said, "I opened with a few uncomfortable conversations. Those were first or second date questions with my now wife. It's great because we both got to lean into these uncomfortable moments, address the stuff, and build a foundation." As a result of the intense chats so early in their romance, nothing is off the table between the couple. John said, "Nothing is too uncomfortable to be unapproachable." Starting off with a conversation about what is the definition of our family helped us forge a path together as a team. The WWE star admitted in 2022 he didn't feel qualified to be a parent and doesn't have the passion for fatherhood. Appearing on the Drew Barrymore show when the host declared he'd be the world's greatest father because of his philanthropic efforts and his temperament, he replied, "I think just because you might be good at something, for me, is not a strong enough reason to do that. You have to have a passion for it. You have to have fuel for it."
I love that he's honest.
Yeah.
And I think more people should be honest like him.
And open.
And more people should have the level of self-awareness that he has. He knows, I'm not going to be a good father, therefore I'm not going to bring somebody into the world to subject them to all this cruelty and me not being there. I appreciate that and I respect that. I think also that's the reason his relationship with Brie, the twin, the very famous the Bella twins, never worked out. Because I used to watch their reality show and it was always a discussion that
about kids.
He didn't want kids. And it's fine, and I'm glad that he found somebody who also doesn't want
on the
kids.
Same page.
Yeah, who's on the same page.
You know what? I totally agree with him as well. Like, do what is best for you. Just because you've seen me be great with kids doesn't mean I'll be great with my own kids, right? And also, let's stop forcing people and stop asking people, so when are you having children? Or you should totally be a mother, you'd absolutely love it. What if it's just not for me? There are certain things that are just not meant for people. And also, I like the fact that he was bringing this up very early in the relationship.
Yes.
Be honest with your partner. Even if it's like a date, from the get-go, what are you looking for?
Yes.
Because maybe you're just looking for a hookup, they're looking for a long-term relationship. Address these things early on to avoid hurt, to avoid disappointment.
Yes.
Because again, it goes back to that thing. If we don't have these conversations, now I have an expectation. And then when one day, we've been married now for 3 years, and I'm like, okay, you know what, now I'm ready, let's start a family. And he's like, whoa, I never said I wanted kids.
Yeah.
So have these conversations early on in your relationship. Even on the first date, ask yourselves, what are we looking for?
Yes.
Am I looking for a partner? Oh, okay, what's your definition of a relationship? What do you expect from a girlfriend, boyfriend, vice versa? Talk about these things.
I appreciate that. Now moving over from one couple to another couple, Italian sprinter Alessandro Ossola arrived at the Paris 2024 Paralympics looking for a gold medal, but he will leave with something amazing after proposing to his girlfriend in front of tens of thousands of fans in the Stade de France on Sunday. At the end of his race, just after missing a place in the final of the T63 100 meters, the 36-year-old took the opportunity for an unforgettable proposal. He ran to his parents and girlfriend Arianna in the stands, dropped to his knees and asked the question. She answered me, "You're crazy, you're crazy," and she kissed me, so it was really exciting, Ossola told BBC World Service. I was unlucky, I didn't achieve the final, and I was really sad about it. But after 3 minutes, you know, life is very strange. I was really happy thereafter. This was the plan more than a month in making. Ossola knew wherever he finished in his race, he had a lot more on the line in the French capital than his result. I bought the ring, then I gave it to my friend to bring it to me at the end of the race, he said. The Paralympics is like an amazing contest, an amazing place to do it, and it was so beautiful.
Oh my gosh, these Olympics this year were difficult to watch if you're a single person. Everyone and their partners were just kissing and being proposed to. And you know what? Love is beautiful, but beautiful. Also be considerate of the single people watching, because it's like... but it's a beautiful to
go
see,
find
man.
Your love.
Go find your love. Find your happiness. But I'm happy for them, man.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Like, I would be so shy if somebody was to propose to me.
You've always said you never want a public proposal.
Tens of thousands of people. I don't want a public proposal because I would feel coerced.
No, I want a public. Like, if I like you, like
no.
If that's my person, I want a public proposal. So I'll be like, yeah, I got him. That's right, I got him. I
would be like, I'll look around, especially if I'm with friends or family. Must I say yes? Yes, Jomi, say yes. Say yes. I'll be so, I would legit freeze for a few.
For a good minute.
10
my
minutes
cousin,
maybe.
When she was proposed to, it was a private proposal, but she was like, it's a yes maybe. It's not like a full yes, but it's like a yes maybe.
Why?
Like, she's like, no, listen, I don't know, man. Like, it's again, these are things that you need to talk about. Like, you need to talk about marriage and things like that.
I would feel coerced if it was like a pub. I don't want to embarrass you. Maybe the answer is no, but just because everyone is watching and they are cheering.
And then you break up with them at home.
Okay,
you say yes for now. And then the minute you get home, you'll be like, you never do that again in public. And then you have a fight about it. You know?
Oh, no.
Yeah, and then you start a fight.
No, that's mean. All right, after the break, we do have an exciting interview for you. Please do stick around.
Entries are now open for the second round of Republicane's Bridal Couple of the Year competition. Couples married between 1 June and 31 August have until 30 September of this year to enter the second round of the competition. Another one of the top 10 couples will be chosen from this pool to participate in the final, taking place in May 2025. To better your chance of reaching the final, enter now. To enter, simply WhatsApp #bridal2025 to 085 785 6231 and follow the on-screen instructions or scan this QR code.
Here to tell us more about the work that she does and also about an exhibition, and I'm so excited to learn more about it. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I am good. Let's get into our conversation today. What inspired you to create an exhibition that showcases professional and children's art side by side?
Okay, it is a loaded question because it's a collaborative idea.
Okay.
But my interest in the idea came about when I did a workshop at Windhoek International School, which was like a huge, large installation that I did. But just the level of engagement with the students was very inspiring, actually, and it helps you tap into your inner child, and I think every artist needs that. So that's where the inspiration comes from.
Okay, and can you tell us more about, the workshop that you organize in terms of focus? What are you focusing on when you are engaging the children?
The workshop is not only focused on children, it's open to everybody since the exhibition is professional and children. But the main idea is skill exchange at all levels. So that collaboration engagement during the workshop is going to bring about you guys or participants exchanging the skills. And that's the main point. Instead of doing a traditional school style where there's one person talking and then we're just exchanging information that way. So the idea is to make it interactive and engagement through skill exchange.
And then how do you intend children to benefit from participating in this workshop that showcases their work alongside professional artists?
I think they benefit in the sense to see how art evolves in Namibia as a visual artist. But also the professional artist benefits in the sense of we tend to have artists who have been too seasoned and sometimes you need to go back to your roots, and I think it will spark that inner child. Yeah, so that's the whole main idea of it.
All right. And now you spoke about skill exchange prior. Now I want to ask you, what are some of the challenges have you faced while curating art pieces in terms of, skill levels and also the age groups of working with so many people, children, professionals, adult, everyone is in the mix?
It's a lot, but I'll just focus on two challenges that I picked up on in terms of Namibian professional artists. Is that I think it's because of the economy that we're in, we tend to monetize the work that we work on instead of focusing on expression. So that was a challenge because as kids, as students, they're focusing more on expression. So you see that there were more of like the children's artwork was focused more on colors and expression, whereby the professional artists would be more like drawing a Himba lady or animals because that's what the tourists are buying. So it was kind of a bit hard to try to combine the two themes, but we're getting there.
Okay. What are some of your highlights from the workshop? Any memorable moments that you want to share with us?
I think I was more surprised at the level of creativities that kids have, to be honest. Because the whole point was giving them mystery items for them to create on an art installation. And the ideas they came up with was absolute, even I couldn't have come up with those ideas. So it was amazing. So it was just those little seeing how they become creative and creatively solution orientated.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what role does the Guthe Institute play in this type of initiatives?
Okay. So I think with the Guthe Institute, their main focus, they usually provide the venue.
Yeah.
which is what they usually sponsor. But they were quite interested in the workshop, so they did sponsor the mystery boxes that we're going to have during the workshop also.
Okay. And then how do you then choose the theme for these workshops that you do? Like, do you even have themes, or do you just, go according to, I don't know, maybe seasons, topics, etc.?
Themes, I really don't like themes. They keep you in a box.
Yeah.
And because I'm a multidisciplinary artist, I tend to involve all types of arts in what I'm doing. So it's mostly an art installation where you get to be creatively, have your freedom to create what you want on this art, because it's a huge installation that we put in the center of the room.
Yeah.
And you get items, so you get to create what you want. There's not really a theme. I think the theme is mostly maybe focusing on recycling materials and using those materials to create art instead of always going for the expensive road.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as an artist, in what ways do you think, hosting an exhibition contributes to our art industry as a whole?
I think it contributes in the sense of community and collaboration. But what I've noticed is that most of the collaborations that we do now are mostly focused on, okay, here's my work, I'm ready to present, let's collaborate. Where I want to include the element where you get to see how the artist got to that work.
Okay.
You get to exchange those skills, practical experience also within the exhibition. So during the exhibition, we're also going to have a live painting installation too. Yeah.
That's nice. And then what's next for you? Are you going to host another workshop, another exhibition? Tell us more about, future work that we can look forward to.
So the main idea when it comes to the workshops is that we started off like this, and then eventually next year I would like to do it at local schools, and then we choose them demographically.
Nice.
Let's say 2 schools in Katutura, 2 schools in town, in that sense. So it's mostly we want to branch out and do these art installations at different schools and allow kids to express themselves creatively.
Nice.
But in terms of my personal, I do a lot of other projects. But I do want to bring back Hereroland, the play. So I'm working on that and just getting the funds for that and working on that, yeah.
All right, Lizette, thank you so much for joining us on Smell the Coffee. We wish you all the best.
All right, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. We will be right back. Please do stay with us.
Irongo Med is a leading distributor working in partnership with NewMed and WestMed to meet the comprehensive needs of the Namibian healthcare sector. As a partner pursuing sustainable global healthcare, we offer industry-leading medical solutions through our key focus areas, which include pharmaceuticals, orthopedics, ophthalmology, surgical devices and capital equipment, as well as a well-established scientific laboratory division. In healthcare, Irongo Med is committed to making a difference. What about you?
Neopaints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neopaints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neopaints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
Well, lovelies, it has been a fantastic week of Smell the Coffee. We've been bringing you bizarre news, we've been bringing you oddities, celebrity news, and the like, keeping you in the loop. We are the first to bring you entertainment news. Well, not really, because you probably saw it on Instagram, but we give our
take on it.
Our take
we'll
on
wrap
it.
it up.
Unsolicited advice.
Yes.
And
And tomorrow you will be rocking with Glenora Shipura. Same time, same place. On that note, all our love, all our light.